Has it really been 30 years already? This blue guy's been around longer than I've even been alive. This video is going to be a little bit different, so instead of actually scripting a video, I decided to take a step back and just reminisce on my experience with Sonic the Hedgehog, sort of pay my respects to the series, and talk about what I want to see from the series moving forward. So I wanted to begin by sharing how I got into Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, plain and simple, I grew up with the Dreamcast and Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure literally was one of the first games I ever played. The only other game I could think of would be an NES with Super Mario Bros. Let's just say I really love platformers. So if I remember correctly, I had a cousin who had a Genesis with Sonic 1, but my memories of that are very vague. But I also had a childhood friend with a GameCube, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and Sonic Heroes, so I would go over to his house very often because his family and my family were great friends, and we'd play those games pretty much all night. That and Super Smash Bros. Melee. I would watch Sonic X almost every Saturday while it was on, even to the point where if I knew we had something coming up, I would program the VCR to record Sonic X while I was out. That worked up until the time slot changed and I ended up coming home to a VHS filled with Winx Club. That was not fun. So I had my kicks with Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast, but once I got my GameCube, which I believe was the first console that I saved up my own money for and bought, I decided to get Sonic Mega Collection as my first game. I even passed up Super Smash Bros. Melee to get Sonic Mega Collection, and I'll be frank, it did properly introduce me to the Sonic series at its roots. After all, the game had Sonic 1, 2, 3, Knuckles, 3 and Knuckles, Sonic Spinball, Sonic 3D Blast, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, and I believe it also had Flicky and Rystar on it. I never unlocked Rystar, which was a shame because it's become one of my favorite non-Sonic games on the Genesis, and Flicky was okay, but this is about Sonic we're talking about here. So, I also read some of the Archie comics while I was younger. I didn't completely follow the series, I picked up issues here and there, so pieces of the story were lost to me, but I enjoyed it anyway. They were fun comics. And once I got the archives, oh man, I love the original Sonic comics. Not to say that IDW is bad, I just really like the tone and style of the original Archie comics. Though I do appreciate how it began to start telling pretty dramatic stories later on in its life. And of course, there's the crossover with Mega Man. I'm getting a bit off topic here. I tried to get every new Sonic game that came out up until Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic Riders. Those were the last two games I really got before I started to fall out of the series. Mostly because I didn't get a PlayStation 3 until after Sonic Generations was out. So Shadow and Riders were the last games I really got. And, well, I love Riders, I'll say that now. I think it's one of the best racing games I've ever played. You have to take the time to really learn it, but that's for another time. Shadow, this could go both ways, and I could probably take some people off by saying this, but I don't like Shadow the Hedgehog. I think it's too dark a departure from the Sonic series, in my personal opinion, and look, the swearing and the guns and everything just rubbed me the wrong way. As I got older, I started to hate the controls more often too. I will cite Some Call Me Johnny as being accurate when he said that the controls were absolutely the most slippery he'd ever seen in a Sonic game. I agree with him. It is so hard to control Shadow. Ugh, I don't like that game. I started to get back into the series with Sonic Colors, and then bought Sonic Generations afterwards, and then somewhere along that line I bought a copy of Unleashed for PS3. I no longer own it, I wasn't able to complete it. Quite frankly, the metal collecting stinks. On the topic of games I like and dislike, I'm gonna say that Sonic Adventure is my favorite 3D game, followed closely by Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Generations. As far as the 2D games go, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, no contest, is my favorite. Sonic Mania and Sonic CD are tied for second for me. Sonic 2 and Sonic 1 follow shortly after that, and I don't have enough experience with the Game Gear games to really categorize them. The Advance and Rush games are pretty good though, I recommend playing those. And as far as the games I don't prefer, I do think Unleashed is okay besides the metal collecting. And you've already heard me talk about Shadow. Sonic Forces was also a major disappointment. I ended up buying that game shortly after Super Mario Odyssey because I was playing Super Mario Odyssey too fast. I needed something to distract me and slow down. I really wish I picked something other than Sonic Forces because I don't like that game. I mean, it's fine, it's not bad, it's just dull and boring. Literally, I've done that thing where I've set down the controller at the beginning of Luminous Forest and just let Sonic go. no Sonic game should ever have to have a segment like that. And also, it completely cuts out the best parts of the outside Arsenal Pyramid song. Come on now, that's great stuff. But it's all cut off by a stinking double boost. Games that I like that others don't seem to care for. I've seen a lot of hate on the internet for Sonic Lost World and Sonic Heroes in particular. What is up with these games that you don't like so much? I think they're great. Yeah, they don't play exactly like games before it. Sonic Heroes is really fast and sometimes has slippery controls, especially in the special stages. And Sonic Lost World has its own issues, I will give it that, but they're honestly fun games. I can't see why people will be so quick to just hate on them. You just have to give them time to really understand how they work. Now that's really more of a reflection on my experience with the Sonic series, but what about the Sonic community? I think that's the biggest topic of talking about Sonic besides the games themselves. So, I will say this now, I love the artwork and animation the Sonic community has to offer. There are some really talented people out there. And speaking of talent, the fan games are amazing too. I mean, look at games like Sonic Robo Blast 2 and before and after the sequel. Sonic Robo Blast 2 is honestly a childhood memory for me. I remember playing that thing on an old Windows 98 or 2000 PC. I forget exactly when I started playing it, but it's grown a lot since then. I have the most recent version on my M1 Mac right now, and it runs great, plays well, and I think it still holds up, especially with the quality of life updates that version 2.2 brought with it. Before and after the sequel though, I don't have as much experience with. Honestly, if I wanted a 2D side-scroller, I booted up the Genesis games. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of great fan projects out there that are 2D platformers, but I don't know, especially nowadays with the decompilation projects. Oh, speaking of which, the modding community, the programmers, the hackers, everything in between, holy smokes. I think that's probably one of the biggest assets of the Sonic community besides the artwork. I mean, just look at the modding scene for Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Adventure 2. People are actively working to restore the games back to their Dreamcast glory. And as someone who grew up with SA1 on the Dreamcast, I'm totally for that. Like, I can't play Sonic Adventure DX vanilla anymore because I'm so used to having all those mods on. And then there's the disassembly projects. I am an ex-Sonic hacker, a hobbyist ex-Sonic hacker, so I wasn't very good at the job to begin with, but I've seen people do amazing things with Sonic mods. I mean, the Mega Mix series, there's all the stuff that Marky Gesture has done. I can't even name all of them off the top of my head. There's so many people that just really love what they're doing and are good at it. And then there's the recent Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Sonic CD decompilation projects, which I was all over when they first came out. I mean, the Sonic CD review, I used the decompiled version to record the PC version. That's how excited I was, and I even almost had a segment in that video where I directly talked about it. I cut it out because the video was getting way too long. And a quick shout out to that Sonic CD DS prototype by Stealth. That's amazing. I wanted to cover that in the CD video too, but again, it got too long. Now, I can't talk about the Sonic community without talking about probably the group that's had the biggest impact on me as a Sonic fan. That would be Sonic Paradox. As you guys know, I used to work for them and made animations for Vector's Knickers and Sonic Seconds. Those particular animations I will go over when I do my watching my old cartoons video. So joining the team ended up happening at an integral part of my life. I was just graduating from high school and started to become more isolated from real life people. That's changed in the past couple of years as I've started hanging out with more people in real life than I have online. But at the time, my priorities were starting to change. I needed the companionship of the Sonic Paradox team, and well, the team delivered. I met my best friend there, a lot of great people I still talk to. I met in SP, and just being there allowed me to flex my animation skills. I got to talk to other animators, other fans of Sonic, which is something I didn't have in my hometown. So I was able to flex my animation skills while I was there, and I improved so much. This isn't even a bragging thing, like, I genuinely see the improvement and want to get better because of how much I progressed since being in Sonic Paradox. And of course, lots of shenanigans were had. We had so much fun working on Seconds and Legacy. It wasn't always sunshine and roses, but most of the time, we were having a blast. Yeah, I worked on Sonic Legacy too, so I would help with the inking in the first issue, and for the rest of my time I was there, I did letters. I also did some of the design work. I designed the Sonic Legacy logo, the Project Legacy logo was also my doing, and I also designed the mandates as one one last thing before I left the team. I also helped with some of the debug modes with lettering, and one time I drew one. I don't know if it ever got released, but I did one, and it was just a great time. But that time unfortunately had to end. I started university about a year ago, and I also wanted to stretch my own wings a little bit, start to build up my own career outside of Sonic Paradox. So I said my goodbyes, and here I am, off on my own. I mean, I still draw Sonic from time to time, I still love the games, but I feel like I'm more of an outsider in the community now than I used to be. And while I do miss the people and times I had there, I don't miss being on the team itself. Not that my experience overall was bad, it just was time for me to go. On that note, where would I like this series to go? Well, first things first, Sonic Rangers. Sega really needs to step up their game here because Sonic Forces was, well, the Sonic Forces. So I'd like to see them really try to advance the series, which it looks like they say they're trying to do, but I don't know. A part of me really wants another adventure style game, but if the game's gonna go open world like I've been seeing the leaks say, well, I hope they do it well. Again, my major nostalgia for Sonic Adventure wants me to see another game of that style. I don't want Sonic Adventure 3, I just want another game that plays like that. Sonic Heroes attempted to be that. Shadow attempted to be that, but did even worse. 06, yeah, it tried. And Lost World, I feel, is sort of a comeback to the adventure formula. There's more freedom and control, and more spacious level design, but it had its own issues that I feel I want to see removed, and focusing on the control itself, because I feel Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are still the primary examples of how to do Sonic right in 3D, especially Sonic Adventure 1 with how open the level design is. Like, you can do all sorts of crazy crap that you can't do in other games simply because they're just not able to handle it. And on that note, please get classic Sonic out of the modern series and back into more Mania style games. I want a completely original new Sonic game from the Mania team. That might be too much to ask though, so we'll see how this goes, but I just want the modern Sonic games to focus on modern Sonic. Again, I'd like to see more input from fans because quite frankly I feel they know Sonic better than Sonic Team now even does, if Sonic Team's even still a thing. So yeah, I'd like to see Sonic get back on his feet properly with better games, better quality control. I don't even want quick releases, I just want consistent ones. I want to see this series thrive, but the series can't thrive if it's under management that thinks that classic Sonic is the only way forward with modern Sonic left to suffer. Again, that's me throwing ideas out there, not saying that they're 100% logical, or that it's even necessary to do in the first place. I just want to see Rangers succeed. I want to see Rangers be good. Well, that's been my reflections on Sonic on his 30th anniversary. I'm still a proud Sonic fan, and I want to see the series continue to grow. So consider this my proper celebration of the series. Rock on, Sonic, here's to another 30. Hopefully, if Sega doesn't kill you or get bought out. Well, that was a video. Please like and subscribe if you liked it, and ring that bell if you want to get more notifications. I'll go back to being on a script next time. I wanted to get my true, genuine thoughts out, and I felt that a script couldn't do it justice. So, I don't even remember what's on the schedule right now. I have to look at it. But anyway, next video is going to be a good one. Just you wait and see. Alright, bye!